The new Nigeria People's Party in Ondo State has written the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Olukayode Ariwola, over the appointment of transition committees by the APC-led government in the 18 local government and 33 council development areas of the state. Now, according to the NNPP, the move was a gross violation of the recent judgment of the Supreme Court, affirming the right of local governments to receive monthly allocations directly from the Federation account. It stressed that the appointment rubbished the June 20th ruling of the Justice A.O. Adebusoye of the Ondo High Court, in line with the local government creation law of 2023. The NNPP described the appointment as gross misconduct and flagrant disobedience of court judgments. And to unpack this, I am joined by a lawyer and also political analyst from Ondo State, Taiwo Ojumu. Good evening. Glad to have you join me.
Likewise.
Okay, let me kick off by asking, what are your thoughts on NNPC's petition describing the appointment of, as gross misconduct and also disobedience of court judgments?
Thank you, Adebola. Now, like I've always maintained, there are always two sides to a coin. The lawyer in me, actually, the first time I read that the governor of Ondo State constituted, appointed the transition committee, I was very concerned as a lawyer, and I was not happy about that development. But on second look at it, particularly when the NNPP, Dr. Taiwo Ojumu released correspondence about 3 days ago, and that gave me the opportunity to look at it from another angle. Like the name of the committee suggests, transition committee. I'm of the firm opinion, like I said, it's neither here nor there, but I'm of the firm opinion that as the name of the transition committee does not necessarily, it is not, I don't think it runs foul of the judgment of the Supreme Court on the matter. And nobody dares disobey the Supreme Court, because that Supreme Court is the apex court of the land. And learned Sikh Taiwo Ojumu knows better, because he's the minister in the Temple of Justice, so he understands that he knows the consequences of disobeying such order. But I feel like the name suggests, transition committees, the committees are there to create some kind of seamlessness pending the time there will be election, local government election. The judgment of the court cannot take effect immediately, and they can't be vacuum in governance. Otherwise, the people will suffer. So yeah, I think like I said, at first I was a bit disturbed about the appointments, but later on, I feel well. So far, the intention is not to wrong or to contradict the decision of the Supreme Court. I think it's not altogether a bad idea.
But some persons say this is a violation of the Constitution of Nigeria. Setting up such local government, is a violation. What do you make of that?
Yeah, like I say, it depends on the angle from which one is looking at it from. The lawyer in me will agree with those who hold the firm opinion that it is a gross violation of the Constitution of Nigeria, because but then they can't be vacuum. If you look at that, if you place the arguments side by side, you will see that the people of Ondo State, the people of those respective local government that will suffer if there's no if there's no such remedy as well. So I don't know. Okay, the lawyer in me agrees with those people who hold that opinion. But again, if you look at it from the common sense point of view, if you try to be rational about these things, insofar as the intention of the governor is not to undermine the Constitution and to undermine also the decision of the Supreme Court, I think.
Okay, if I may come in there, talking about the people of Ondo State, what's your reaction to those who say the creation of the LCDs is to reach the people at the grassroots in cases where the local governments are overwhelmed?
Yes, I think last time I was here, I think I did mention that by way of personal opinion, I think the people that will suffer, yes, as much as I agree with the court that the procedures as provided by the Constitution was not strictly followed in the creation of those LCDs. But in the end, the people that will suffer, because the creation was informed in the first place by the need for grassroots people to to feel the presence of government. Ondo State is getting bigger by the day, and it may interest you to know that the state only has 18 local governments, and so far so good. There are some areas in the rural areas that you cannot feel the presence of government. So the SCDs for me, when it was created, was the right decision. But the issue of whether the procedures were followed is another issue entirely. And so, yes, I agree with those who say that the people that the creation will mean that people in those local areas will be able to feel some developmental projects from the government. They will feel government presence.
Well, if you say it's better for the people in Ondo State, if you recall in June, the Ondo State High Court nullified 33 local development areas created by the late Governor Rotimi Akeredolu. And here we have Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa inaugurating caretaker committee. Is that not a clear violation of the law?
Like I said again, the intention of the governor by if I'm to interpret what the learned Kauda law released about 4 days ago, the intention of the governor is to create a transition committee. Transition, the key word there, the operative word there is transition. And so that transition means that pending the time a proper election will be conducted in those local government areas. Meanwhile, for the SCDs, the NNPP also mentioned that the matter is in court for appeal now. The state government had appealed. I wasn't even aware on the so that the government, or the state government, has decided to appeal the decision of the High Court. And so naturally, once there's an appeal in a particular matter, it stays. Automatically the execution is stayed on the decision of the lower court or on the court of first instance. So the matter is in appeal. It's in court of appeal for now. And so, like I said, the legislature has made it clear. He has shed some light to the decision. The intention of the governor is not in any way to undermine the decision of the court or in any way to create some kind of constitutional crisis. It is just a transitional committee that would make sure that there's no vacuum in governance.
And that's a fine place to wrap up. Thank you so much for your perspective. Taiwo Ojumu, political analyst, many thanks again for your insights.